guys, it's Kim, and today I have my comic book pull list for the week, so I thought I would go through my comics with you guys. I bought a light! I have a light! It's shining on me. I literally look vampiric because my skin is literally white, and the fact that the light is white is shining on my face and making it extra white, so I look like a ghost. So I'm incredibly sorry about that, but no one gives a crap about ghosts. We're here to talk about comic books. So today, let's go through what came out for this week. Well, that I picked up, because there are a lot more things that came out this week, but we're talking about my personal list. So the first cab off the rank we have is Action Comics number 982. Now we are still on the Superman Revenge arc at the moment. I think we're on part 4. So we've literally got Superman versus Zod versus Cyborg Superman versus the Eradicator versus a lot of other people. So there's just a whole giant squad happening that all want to take revenge on Superman. Now I haven't read this issue yet because I just picked it up, but the last issue was, it was amazing. It was so good. The dialogue between Zod, Cyborg Superman, and the Eradicator, they've all got massive, massive egos, and each one of them is trying to be the person on top, and it's just not working. And I just sense so much division happening there. So I am so excited to get into this issue and see if that same banter continues. I find it absolutely hilarious that they're all trying to work towards a common goal of eliminating Superman, yet they still can't even come to terms with each other. Next issue I picked up for the week in the Super Fam is Supergirl Being Super. This is book number 4. I am so sad that this series is going to come to an end really soon, because it was only a very, very short series, because I cannot stand the current ongoing Supergirl. I can't stand the storylines. They're just so boring. The writing is terrible. This literally makes that look so subpar. This is such a really good Supergirl book, and though a lot of the backstory might be a little bit different to what you know of, it's still a really great story. They really get in there with the emotions, and they don't flounder about with stupid filler stories. So this is a really good series to pick up. Trust me, you will love her after these little books. The next issue I have is a short little series called Batman the Shadow. How epic is this cover? I thought it was amazing. So to those that don't know what the hell this series is, basically we've got 2 different night vigilantes in the one comic doing a crossover. So it's a crossover between DC Comics and Dynamite Comics. So far it's been okay. The first issue was alright. The second issue I was very confused. I just think I don't know that much about the Shadow character, so it's making some of the backstory a little bit confusing, and it just seems like he's running around and just appearing at certain spots and basically just taking all this enjoyment in trolling Batman, which of course is hilarious. I'm not overly sure where this series is going, so I will be keen to get into this issue, because the last issue left us on a bit of a cliffhanger, obviously with the Joker appearing. So I'm really, really keen to find out what the villain does in this series with the Joker. So it'll be very interesting seeing the 2 big bads of both of these vigilantes come together and create a very disastrous plan that our 2 heroes have to solve. The next issue I have on my pull list is BATGIRL issue number 12. So the last issue, issue number 11, was the finale on the whole arc of the Son of Penguin, which I actually really enjoyed. I know a lot of people didn't think it was really that good, but I actually quite like seeing the dynamic of having a villain's offspring come in and interact with the hero. I actually found it really interesting to read about and see like what kind of plans he was going to take. So I actually did really enjoy the whole Penguin saga, but I am kind of glad that it finished. I felt like it finished on a good note, so I'm really keen to get into the new arc that they've got. The next issue I have is Wonder Woman issue number 25. This is so sad because this is going to be the last issue, the end of Greg Rucka's run on Wonder Woman. He has done a fantastic job so far, and I'm really super sad to see him go, because he's just, just such a good storyline. But I believe the next issue, Wonder Woman issue number 26, will be picked up by Fontana, who normally writes on DC Superhero Girls, because I haven't read any of the DC Superhero Girls before. I did read the free comic book day one that came out in May this year. The story was okay. It was a little bit kiddish for me, but of course that's probably the age range meant for that particular comic. I'm hoping that this amazing one is going to continue with Fontana and the ball ain't gonna drop at all, and it's just gonna be good. The last in the DC Comics is Mother Panic issue number 8, which is one that DC Comics sent me. Thank you so much, because I review the DC Shade the Changing Girl on the DC Fans, and they send me the Young Animal issues, which is amazing. So I still haven't caught up on any of the Mother Panic. I'm so close to catching up on all my comic books. I feel like, well, besides for the ones I got this week, I feel like I'm only like 15 issues behind, so I am so close. I'm gonna get there, guys. Now moving on to Marvel issues, I have the first one is Deadpool versus the Punisher, issue number 5, and I've caught up on all of these issues. I really, really love this series. Well, I mostly love anything that Deadpool's in. I have a newfound love for the Punisher, even though I'm not really down with his ethical situations, but I mean, Deadpool's quite similar, so I can't really talk. But this has been a really fun series so far. Basically, at the end of each issue, they do this really kind of fun announcement about who won that round, because it's Deadpool versus the Punisher. But this is the final issue in this little mini-series, and I'm looking forward to seeing who takes the trophy. Although it's not overly Deadpool completely pit against the Punisher, there's just so much storyline and backstory happening in there, and I'm not going to explain it all. But this has actually been a really great series so far, so if you guys like any of these two characters, it's 100% worth picking up. The next one I have in my Marvel section is, yes, I have a Marvel section. I'm so excited to say this. I have Edge of VENOMVERSE, issue number 1, and I chose this variant edition. Isn't it so beautiful? To those of you that don't know, Venom is my absolute favorite villain of all time. I'm talking about any villains from Marvel, DC. Venom is my top 1. So anything about the symbiote, I'm going to jump on. So I'm really keen to get started on this series. This is basically about X-23. X-23. So we saw her in Logan. Here she is in this comic, and the symbiote has taken control of her. Seriously, what an exciting premise. I am so excited to read this. I believe it is a 5-issue part series about as female Wolverine with a symbiote. Hell yeah! And lastly for my pull, I have a few other Marvel things that I picked up, part of the True Believers. So I have issue number 1 of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, featuring the Tarantula. And lastly, I have the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, and this one has the Chameleon in it and some Fantastic Four fun. And I think this is the first single issue comic, or maybe just comic that I own, that Stan Lee has written. So I am so excited that I have this. I mean, if I ever do get to meet him again, I will 100% get him to sign it, but I'm just very excited to officially own one now. So thank you very much, Marvel. So those were all the comics on my pull list this week. I'm a bit surprised that I don't think I had any independent comics this week. I feel strange. Let me know what you guys picked up by leaving a comment below. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I do have my social media in the links below. I have my Twitter, I have my Instagram, I have my Goodreads, so please go follow me in all of them if you use any of those social media things. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.